Hello people, how the devil are you? I don't know how many of you are there, but whatever, we're live now. Hold on, just gotta send a WhatsApp message, because that's the kind of guy I am. Cool. Right, we are live. Here we are in Portland in the magnificent, well, when I say magnificent, don't know whether it's magnificent or not yet. 737-600 by PMDG. Okay, we're sat here, ready to roll. And we're going through the tutorial. So we just sat here, the way that's what it's asked us to do. So we're flying now, you place the flight, controls. Okay, so what we've got to do first is go back into the cockpit, as you do. Let's not do that, let's go like that. Okay, so we're hiding the cockpit. Or which one is it? Control 3. So if we hit Control 3, that'll go down to there, and we've got the things. Yep. Okay. Right. So what we're doing first, we are putting in weights and the like, so we need to hit the FMC. No, we don't want to hit the FMC. Let's go back to the menu. PMDG setup. Okay. We don't want to change the things on the menu page. There are two prompts on the lower right side. FS actions, FS action, PMDG setup and FS actions. Back one. PMDG setup, FS actions. Right, we need to go into FS actions, and we need to go into. So, by the way, this is what we're doing. These things, okay, when you get the, if you buy the things, you'll get this, and so what we're doing is going through this just to show you and me the things. So let's have a look. Right, first off we want to go into the fuel, and we're in pounds, set 1/3. So set fuel 1/3. Okay, so we're there. This is for starter. Much fuel for it. Flying with too much fuel. Just weigh the airplane down. Return to get back. Press F6 to return. Okay, and then we want to go into the payload. Right, payload. This is obviously old hat for people who are already here. Hello, Paul. How you doing? Glad you're on board. As I just said earlier, we're just going through the tutorial, which is this thing here. You've obviously seen it. Other people may not have. So I'm just going through it one a bit at a time, just to show people what the kind of thing to expect when they're going through the tutorial, and it's as much as a reminder for me as anything else. So, how are we doing? You're doing well, excellent. Okay, payload is used to load passengers. Okay, so we've gone here. What we want to do is 50. So we want to go 50, So I select it to LS key 3 to load level to 50%. Okay, load level 50%. Right, there we go. 4 in first class, 52, forward coded to all happy Teddy. That seems to be okay. Right, so now we've done that, we're going to be putting in the route. This is the route we're going to be using. So we're going to be using the Mini 5 SID to FAMUC, and then on the Q3 to found, and then ML Beck, direct ML Beck, at which point we'll be taking the star Bediga 3. Okay, into 23 right on at SoCal. So that's that. Okay. So we've got, as I say, standard departure. So the last two bits in those would be the standard departure and the standard arrival route. No, just things. Okay, that's all going to do. Okay, so we're going on to position initialization. Oh, very nice. Very nice indeed. What time have you landing at Corfu? Okay, so we need to go hit the menu button, and then we point LS to the FMC, and we've got April 21st to 19th here to so we're active, so we're all good. Okay, so next thing we need to do is pause in it. Oh no, yep, pause in it. Okay. Okay, pausing is used at the beginning of each flight to align the inertial revelations. As you know, after the inclusion of GPS in the flight deck, the reference pulsing have become antiquated. Okay, so we can put KPDX. Right, so let's put in okay, so we are at KPDX to PMDG and the reference point, that's that. Select the route page. Okay, we're doing this from scratch. So we've got KPDX in there, that's our origin. Our KSFO is that. PFO 1. Okay, let's use our things. UKV. It says on there, but we can use more or less anything. That's wrong. 2, 1, 2, 3. I'll go that in the flight number. Okay. And that's all that we need to put in at this stage. We could put in the runway, but we're not going to. We're going to be doing that in the departure arrival section. Okay. So next thing is departure arrival. We are departing KPDX. Okay, we're taking off on 10 left, which brings up all the ones that we're going here. Now, as you can see, there's that lot there, and if we use the next page down here, we can see the last one, whammy 4. We're not going to use whammy 4, it's going to be on here, and it's mini 5. Okay, so that's the SID we want. Mini 5 things. The transition that we're going to be using is FAMUC. Okay, if you can see, that's on there. All the way down. So we've got the start of a route. Cheers, so minute 5 FAMUC, you'll see the waypoints. Okay, got that far. 6 to get back to the things. Okay, so we want to go to the next page. That'll take us on to the rest of the route. So we go run us to FAMUC. Okay. Right, so we have via and we have to. Via is the airway that we want to use, and 2 is the points, the data points on those airways or whatever that we're going to get off at. Much like you going up the M1, you get on at junction 2, that's the equivalent of junction 2, that'd be M1, and then we'd have junction 15, for example. It's just exactly the same idea. Okay, so the next airway that we're going to be using is Q3, so if we add Q3 and go into there, now it's asking us for a location along Q3 where we're going to get off of Q3, and in this case where it's going to be found in spelt F, when I find them, F R W N D, found. Okay, from found we're going to be going direct to MLBEG, which is HIKLB so we're going to be there, and we're going to direct, because we're not going to be following an airway, it's just a straight line. Okay, that's our route. Nothing else to change there. Okay, so now we've got to put in the departures and we've got to actually do the arrival. KSFO, San Francisco. We're going to be using, let's see, okay, so we're going to be using that one, Bodega 3, as I said earlier. Okay, and we're going to be using the MLBEG transition, which is the last location we put in the route proper, and we're going to be landing on 28 right, and we're going to be using the ILS. So there we are. Okay, the last thing it's going to ask us for is transitions for the approach. We're not going to use a transition according to this. Okay, so that's what we're going for. Okay, so if we go to the legs page, that's all our stuff for things. Mini. If we go to the next page, FAMOC, that's all the points on that we're going to pass on Q3. So we'll get found, and then we're going to go from found to LBEG. Okay. As Felbeck, we want to be at 29,000. What that means is it's flight level 290, which is 29,000 feet, at standard pressure, which is 29.92 inches in the US, or 1013 hectopascals stroke millibars in Europe and the rest of the world that uses metric. Okay, so next one page we're coming down to flight level 2. We want to be at flight level 280. We're going to be doing 2. Okay, so that's between flight 24,000 and 28,000. That's between 19,000 and 23,000, travelling at 280 knots. Okay, that's actually 16,000 now, so we're below the transition speed, so we'll be using local pressure for 16,000, 13,000, again 280, slowing down to 250 at Cork. Brakes will be down at 11,000. Sepin 3,000 or above. Aximal 1,800, at which point we'll be intercepting the ILS. And happy days. Okay. So that looks okay. So press activate and execute, and that loads everything into there. So that's our route done. Okay, so next thing is initializing all the performance stuff, which is on the init ref. Okay, initialization references. So we're all here. Okay, this is our performance initiation. So this is initializing all the settings that we're going to be going for. Okay, the easiest one we're going to do is the zero fuel weight. It's already been calculated as 98.3 tons. So just click that again, and it puts all this stuff in here, which is good. Okay, next thing we need to do, I'm just reading it off of here. Yeah, it's empty, so something close to 100 should appear in the squash. Again, to enter things. You'll notice the gross weight field is automatically calculating field. Enter 4. Okay, so we're getting 4 tons of in reserve. So it's 4.0 in reserve, and our cost index is going to be 80. I'm not going to explain cost index because I don't really understand it, and it's thanks. Transition altitude is 18,000 feet, which is it as defaulted to, because it's America, don't you know? Okay. Cruise altitude is going to be flight level 350, so we've put in 350 and add that to the cruise altitude. Okay, so if I have a quick look at things. Okay, now we've put in our flight level, cruise level, it's gone green, it's magenta now. So that's what we're going to be using. It's actually, it's now that we've got flight level, we've got a valid route. Because it knows how high it needs to fly at each particular base. Okay, so anti-cruise, okay, that looks something right. Okay, no destination path after bricks. Okay, so we'll go execute anyway, because things, and we shall, where's the clear that one, so we know about that. So if we go back to the legs page, see, we've all got our predicted heights, predicted speeds now. Okay, that's causing a bit of a problem. Okay, so we're getting up to bricks, and then we're buggered. It's buggered because we've got vectors. Okay, that's not really a problem with us. Okay, so now we need to go back to the init reference. We've done that lot. So N1, this is the engine settings. So, what does it want us to do? Okay. Okay, so we're setting an assumed temperature. Assumed outside temperature of 40 degrees. So that's plus 40 degrees. So okay, so that changes our red line on the 22 things. Okay. Okay, so we're automatically set at climb 1. Okay, so we're happy. So we're 20k down. So we take off 2. And climb 1. Okay, so that's what we were actually setting up for on this. Okay, take off reference. Okay, our flaps will be, or should be, 5 degrees. So it's always either 5 or 10, depending on the runway and the like, and company setups. It's almost always 5 degrees. Okay, click LSK3 as a movement on those things. So if we hit that will get our index, center of gravity index, and will give us our trim. Okay. We've it's already calculated our V1 rotate and V2 speeds. So V1 and V rotate are the same. Okay. So we can worry about them. Okay, now it's got our V rates and things. So set takeoff trim on the pedestal. Okay, can we see it from here? Okay, what does it say? 5.25. Okay, 2.6 is the closest we're going to get to it. Okay, set the flaps to 5. I'm going to set them to armed. Okay, flaps to 5. What we got it set to? There we go. They're set to 5. Auto brakes to RTO, which is already. Okay, so now we've got to set up this one. Our speed was 123. Was it 123 or 127? 123. Okay, heading. Want to head that to 12,000, which is our initial altitude. Flight directors on, first the captains, second first officers. Okay, armed. Auto throttle is armed. Arm the LNAV. Looking for smooth attack. I'm expecting a butter to. Oh, right, that's for you or me? Right. Yeah, I know, but it's saying to arm here, so that's what I'm doing. Arm auto throttle. I'll take it back off. Bin is your whinging. Auto throttle armed, arm the LNAV and VNAV because they are short. VNAV and LNAV is armed. Okay. Okay, so if we go on there, we've got armed, LNAV and VNAV. They're in white at the moment. They'll go green when we get around about 50 feet off the ground. 50 feet and 400 feet respectively. Okay. So we're happy. EFIS, stress and first syllable is pedestal camera reset, which is control 4, and we come to here, TA, RA 2200. Not that it really matters, because we're the only ones on here. Okay, so that's that. So go back onto the EFIS of control F4 again. Should take us back to here. Okay, range to 10. Engine buttons, we've got everything set up. Set it again, so we've got all that stuff there. Good. Okay, fuel. Want to hit the data point. Okay, so that's giving us all the information. Turning the landing lights on. Okay, landing lights are on. Let's see what these do. 6, There we go. Strobe steady, so we want that. Oh, this is fiddly. Not playing, I have to sort that out at some stage. Anti-collisions is on, wings off, logo things, fasten seat belts is on. Centre fuel tanks is off because that's empty. Set the cruise altitude 3,500. It is. So happy days. And we're now ready for takeoff. Cool. Right. Control 6. That should take us back to where we were. And we need to, which is which, that's the one. Let's reset the position. Okay, let's go to take our session below. Right, that's our toga, which is good. Right. Right, let's go for it. That's off. Right. We're good. Pressing toga. Okay, flight director is alive. Checked. Keep on the centre. Let's rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Positive rate. Time to. I don't remember what the number.
Skyways 212 tree continue for east departure.
Okay.
Skyways 212 tree leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Ignore ATC, that should have been switched off. Okay, let's press. Command A, we're all good. Okay, we are now on the things. Okay, we're on things. So we've got to clean up. So that goes on to things. No, wrong way.
Skyways 212 tree, acknowledge last transmission.
No, not in trans things. That has to go to 0. We're on 0. Next page on the CDU. Okay, legs, so we're off to Kosug at the moment, which is there. We're at 250 knots.
Skyways 212 tree. Did you hear my last transmission?
No. Okay, so leg space, it's 120 nautical mile. Okay, so let's hit that. So 40 miles.
Skyways 212 tree ATC services terminated.
Good.
Good day.
Okay. Right, so coming up to 10,000 feet. Right flipping screaming through the things. It's 4,000 feet per second, per minute. Okay, 10,000 feet. Time to switch those off. Okay, coming up to 12,000 feet. Let's increase that to 35,000 feet. Hate it when it does that. $35,000 feet. Okay. Zoom in up again. It's climbing really fast. Let's have a quick look at the installs. This is Portland, Oregon. The airport is down there somewhere. Not 100% sure. There it is. There. Next to the river, Columbia River. Great city for a riot. Allegedly. So, let's get back in the cockpit, reset everything. 20 miles, next spot is there. We're quite happily going up to 35,000 feet. So that's changed to climb from climb 1, which is good. So it's a right rocket. As I say, it's for the engines. The engines are exactly the same as you get on the 737-8, but that's 31 meters. It's about the same length as a BAE 146 apparently, which means it's overpowered by a long shot. So we're sat here, we're at what, 20,000 feet, we're still climbing at 2,800 feet per minute, which is ludicrous for this kind of aircraft. So I'm reading ahead of myself for the descent. So let's drop that down again, out of the way. Okay, we want to be on standard. Good 30-degree turn. So this is the first time I've been at this height knowingly, and I had a good look out of the things in MSFS. And that's unreal. It's not what I wanted. Let's reset the position. Okay, so it's top of climb there. So once we get to the top of climb, what's that, 40, that's 80. So there's our top of climb. This is 320 nautical miles. Okay, we just got below 2,000 feet per minute and we're at 28,000 feet. Again, you wouldn't be getting at this fast in a 800. It just wouldn't do it. Okay, what I really ought to be doing is bringing the heading round. Okay, so that's headings 175, 175 set. Okay, so we're still heading to Famak, we're just about to get there, 21 nautical miles to go. So we're going to be hitting 3500. Flight level 350, around about the same time as we get to Famak. So heading is going to be 164 degrees. So I'll change that now. As you see, we've got no wind component today because we're using preset as required by them. Okay, as you can see now, we're now tracking a Mach number for our speed, and that's, as we go higher, speed of sound goes slower, which we're sticking at 0.8 Mach, but as you can see our actual indicated airspeed is dropping. So that noise was 1,000 feet to go, 34,000. Okay, so our VNAV path. We're on FMC speed now. Thrust is dropping to compensate. And we're making our turn from Famak to Firefly. Furfly. Okay. So now we're going to be looking at the descent, the approach. So we're going to control 3 again. Init ref. I think it's init ref. Yeah, init ref. We've got our approach references. Right. ILS runway is 1.7 284 degrees. Okay, so we want both nav 1 and 2. When I get to the that's the one I want, 4. Okay, so here's we go for our navs. So we want to get that into treble 1.7, and same for that one. Treble 1.7. Okay, so that's the setup for our ILSs. Okay, so if we get back to 3. Okay, 284 degrees, so let's get up to here. We want 284 degrees on this, and 284 degrees there. Okay, so that's our course settings That's all our settings set up for the ILS approach. Okay. Okay, head-up guidance. So I go back to 4. And we haven't got head-up guidance for this, which is great. It would be here somewhere. Okay, so if we go back to 1, say we have no head-up display, so we don't have to worry about head-up guidance. Okay, back to CD3. Okay, our gross weight at the moment is 110.4. Okay. Okay, looking at the progress. So if we go to progress, flap 30 is normal, so you use that, but selecting the speed as this early would give us an inaccurate speed by the time we're on approach. Okay, clip programs and things, fuel value at destination line. Destination line, fuel quantity 11.8. Okay, looking up at the ECAS, see that we have, okay, ECAS, we've got 11.6, sorry, KSFO 7.8, we've got 11.6, 11.6 to minus 7.8 is 4.63.8, okay, so that's 3,800. Okay, so it's 3,800. Go back to the init ref. So it's 3.8. Okay, so 110 minus 3.8 is 106.2. So we enter 106.2. Stick that in the gross weight. We're going to be 30 degrees, so our VREF is going to be 120 knots, according to this. Okay. Okay, so we click that, and then click that, and there we have our flaps and speed sorted out. Okay, and then what do we do next? Right, so we press the delete key and then press that, and that takes us back to what we were. Okay, so there's only 2 knots between them, but that's no problem. Okay. So our touchdown, top of descent is over there. So our approach reference is all good. Okay, so we're just going to let this run. As we travel south down the coast. Let's have a quick look outside. Not that one. Let's give it that. So you see it's got the big 700, 800 wings. It's got the big CFM engines, and it's got a tiny stubby little body. Everything else is the same as any other 737. Makes it look a bit dinky. So we've got the coast, Californian coast over there. North California coast. Travelling down there. We're going down the Rockies. So this is basically all the Rockies in here, behind us, and generally being cool. PMDG for 737 MSFS. So how are you doing, Eddie? Mr. Paul? Hour and a half to go. You know how much the worth of money for the 600? Paul, have you seen how much the 600 is? Admittedly, you only get the one airframe and about 20 deliveries, but have you seriously seen how much it is? It's $35. So yes, it's worth the money. Okay, it's not the, as I say, it's only got the one frame, the one airframe, as in the basic 600. It hasn't got all the bells with the winglets or anything like that. So there's no BBJ or anything stupid, but things. But yeah, and it's $35. Was that 27, 28 pounds, something like that? It's I'm going to use it to do lots of playing and lots of familiarisation and get myself back up to speed. Because as far as the cockpit is concerned, effectively it's supposed to be the same, effectively the same as the 800 and the 700. Which is nice. So we're not doing an awful lot at the moment, we're just monitoring. So we're down to 10.8 tons of fuel. That's American tons in imperial tons. The auto throttle's doing its thing, flaps are doing their thing, they're doing things, engine starts, all happy days. I haven't heard anything from Jonathan. I'm just wondering if he's still stuck over in Norway after his last trip. Because the last thing any of us heard was he was struggling to get back to Aberdeen for his flight. He's trying to get back. So no idea what he's doing there. Okay, let's drop that down a bit. Well, there's nothing on WhatsApp anyway. Whether he's what he's doing or not, I don't know. He usually works on a Saturday evening, so your guess is as good as mine. Let's just hope he. If you're going to get stuck anywhere, Norway's a pretty good place to get stuck, as long as you've got the wallet to pay for it all. Okay, I have a bit of a bastardisation system at the moment. I can't get at that. I just have to do it from here. Right, I have a bastardised setup at the moment. Obviously keyboard. I have a Verpil Warbird stick and bass. I have the throttle section of my old Cytec 52, Cytec X52 Pro, and I have a Cytec pedals rudder pedals. That's what I've got at the moment. In the back bedroom I've got a Alpha, honeycomb Alpha, which I haven't got a big enough desk to sit it on. I'd like to get the Bravo throttles and possibly the Charlie, honeycomb Charlie things. I'd love to get some Thrustmaster TPC rudder pedals, but far too expensive. £450 if you can find them. So that's my setup. Whirlpool Warbird joystick, the throttle section of an X52 Pro, and Satec rudder pedals. Pardon me. Right, we've got 41 nautical miles to go. ETA 1610 Zulu, 1649, so we've got another 39 minutes to go. Yeah, 40 minutes to go before we're landed. Uh, 187 miles to top of descent. Yeah, the throttles keep moving. They're moving in this an awful lot more than I remember they did with the P3D, but that was the 800. So whether that's this particular thing or not, I don't know. It's 5, control 6, control 7, control 8, control 9, and control 10, and control 0. Okay. Yes. I can believe it. Yeah, F2 for the things is mine as well, which is why I would like the honeycomb beta throttle section, mainly because of the reverse selectors on the ooh 7x stable. Okay, still snow in the Rockies. This is April. This is one of the higher parts of the Rockies. It's still just about seeing the coast out there. Where the cursor is. Just thought I'd have a quick look out. Don't know which one that is, but it's one of the many extinct volcanoes around here, or semi-extinct should I say. I'll correct myself, one of the mainly dormant volcanoes around this area, because Yellowstone is over there somewhere, or is it over there somewhere? Either way, it's over there somewhere, and that's supposedly the biggest volcano in the world, and it's about 20,000 years overdue an eruption, and when it does, it'll take out the United States. Yay. Yeah, I can see the accountant going for that. It's an awful lot of overtime for you there. I would imagine it's quite limiting though, just having a full 737 sim cockpit. And you're sort of limited to just 737s after that. I would imagine if you're going to go that way, you'd get one of these sim seats that you can put put all your stuff on, and if you really wanted to stick steering wheel and car pedals on, so you could do car racing as well. See, that's something I'd like to do. No, you're about the 10th of the way in there. You've seen all the control panels and the like you can buy for about £120,000, and the three or four PCs you'd need to all network together to run it all. I don't know whether it's supposed to hunt like this, but it is. Last time I went to the Cosford Flight Sim show, they had a full, I think it was an Airbus, full Airbus cockpit. That was quite impressive. Damned expensive, but it's really impressive. I think they wanted about £7 or £8,000 for the whole malarkey. I really hope Cosford happens again, or something similar. Right, well, we'll still go away for top of descent. So if you remember right, found is the last point that we're on, that is airway Q3, that we're last position we're going to be going to on airway Q3. After that we're going to be direct to ML Beck, and ML Beck is going to be the start of the star. Okay, that's updated there. Well, I don't know about you, but we're 100 nautical miles. Where we go? 1616. So we're about 13 minutes away from top of descent, and let's see, 1649. So that's 16 minutes, 19, 20 minutes, 29 minutes, 30 minutes. 49, 39, 33, 32 minutes. So I've got half an hour here. I think we're going to be landing about half an hour before you land at Corfu. Excuse me a moment. And we're back. fly tamper scenery with Borat. You got Borat in the fly tamper Corfu scenery. Is that what you're saying? I don't know whether to buy that so I can run Borat over and stick him through the entrance, or avoid it like the plague. I think I'm going to do the latter and avoid it like the plague. Borat is one of those guys who is one of those characters, should I say, Sacha Cohen Baron. All of his stuff. He's one of those comedians that you either love or hate, and unfortunately I hate him. I hate his conduct. You're entitled to enjoy his stuff if you so desire, but okay. Excuse me. So that's the US platelet, North America platelets over there. That's the Pacific platelet over there. And the fault line where they meet is somewhere below us. Far distance is San Francisco. I'm hoping it's going to get there. Okay, so top of the descent is on the radar. Fish, should I say? I hope that there's going to be other scenery additions for Corfu, because I ain't buying that if it's got Borat in it, unfortunately. Right, how are we doing? Still sat at just under 0.8, 30 miles to go to Found. As I say, we'll be leaving Airway Q3 then. That's at 16:27, so that's in about 4 minutes. So we've got about 20 minutes, just over 20 minutes now. So by the time we get there, we should have a total of 8.6 tonnes, according to this. It's modelled at one of the hotels. Oh, that's alright then. As long as you haven't got a stupid voice coming over the ATC or something stupid like that. Let's drop the range down a bit more. That's at 20 miles, a bit too far. There we go, 30 miles away. 28 miles. Okay. Right, we're going to go into idle mode, so we don't want the my throttle settings to overtake, so we'll close that down to idle, because we're going down in idle anyway. Altitude, we want to be setting that for 3000, because that's the high altitude at which we're going to be intercepting hopefully intercepting the ILS. So, top of descent, it should automatically kick down. That's what it says here anyway. Right, we're turning on to okay, MBEC. Now getting into the things. We've just started descending, or top of descent. VNAV marker has arrived, so we're on the VNAV path. Let's bring that down to 20 miles. No, not 10 miles, 20 miles. Right, it wants us to do a speed intervention of 220 knots when we hit that decelerate point. And we want to drop down to 200 knots, but it's asking us to keep it at 220 knots and put in 1 degree of flap. On this panel somewhere there should be, there it is, flap limits. Flaps 230 knots. Is that 230 or 250? Sorry, 250. So as long as we're below 250 knots we can do that. Right, 292 is we're set. We're slowing down, I think. Getting a bit ahead of myself. I think that's where we're slowing down to below 200, so just leave it as it is at the moment. So we're down at 280 knots. Let's get rid of that. So we're on LNAV, we're on VNAV. Everything's set up. Okay. legs. Okay. Right, we want auto brake 2 according to this tutorial. The minimums, we'll set that to radial. Radio, and we want that set to 113. Right. So far so good. Right, let's arm the auto speed brake. So we need that armed as well. So somewhere after here there's going to be a deceleration point. There, I presume. No fair.
Condition clear. Temperature 15.
Let's keep them away. Okay, we're below 15,000 feet, so below 18,000 feet, so we want to be going on to, don't want to be going to standard, it'll be 298, so we're good for that. Right. We're decelerating now. We want to go to speed intervention and it is at the back. This altitude, speed intervention, 220. Come down to 0.5. Okay, we're below 250, so we can set flaps 1. See what's that doing to the wings. Okay, so slats are out, flaps are down there. Yeah, right. Okay. Now in theory, I think that's it there. Is that it there? Not sure. Right. We're dropping down to 3000 now. So, just about at 10,000, so this is a good time to put the landing lights on. Nautical miles. Okay. Okay, so we want to be in level change, so stick level change there. 220 knots, level change, happy days. We haven't got the HUD, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, give it a little while, lads. In theory we're being vectored now, so it's saying heading 100, approximately 5 nautical miles by prags. We are well past that, so let's hit heading mode. When we get to the end of that, according to this, we want to be heading to 110. And while we're down here, we want to be speeding, dropping down to 180. What's our flap speeds? And we want to be flap 5. Flap 5 max speed is 250 knots, so we can take that down to max 5 no problem. So that's 2 and that's 5. So happy days. Still in level change? Yes we are. So I want to head let's give it a little bit light further. So I need to head to 010. Okay, let's keep that going to 310. Got the glide slope indication there. So let's hit the approach, which is there. Okay, we've got glide slope and localizer initialized. So we should have the to see it from here. Okay, glide slope as in lines, we'll be turning around, so we'll drop that to 160. It's 15. It's now happy because we've got 15 and no landing gear, so landing gear is going down. 3 greens, that should have been shut up. There we go. Right, it's saying select command B, and we should go into auto mode, auto land mode. Here we go. Oh no, it's not playing. Doesn't want to know. Okay. Okay, so that needs to go down to 41 knots. Go down to 30. No, not
1,000.
30 feet. There we go. And we need to drop that down to what's the 120, so we want 125. Okay.
400. 300.
Everything seems to be fairly stable. Let's kill them.
2 and approaching minimums.
Let's kill the auto
Minimums.
throttle.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Wow. Knots. Just kill that. Get the brakes. Manual braking. Next turn off. I didn't see what the it looked pretty good. Okay. Let's get rid of these. Flaps down. Flaps up. Okay. Quick look outside. It's very slow on here, isn't it? Funny you should say that. Come on, get moving. Thank you. Right, while we're moving, let's kill those. Let's put the taxi lights on. Let's kill that down. Where is it again? Which way are you going? It'd be a good idea if I watched where I'm going, wouldn't it? It's trying to do 30 different things at once, and it's still not used to the plane. Where the hell is the APU? I can't remember it. I can't see the damn thing, that's why. Right, that's on. That's on. APU, where the friggin' hell are you? I would have thought it'd been there. Is it me, or is there no APU on here? There it is. Yeah, I know, excuses. That's off, anti-collision lights off, waiting for the... Yeah, found it. For some strange reason I always thought it was up here somewhere. Just waiting for the generators available. There we go. Wrong way. Okay, so we're all on that, so we can I think it's 4, is it? No, it's 3, no, it's 6, 5. There we go. Let's kill the engines. Menu, FS actions, doors, ground services. Let's have the chocks. Wheel charge, there we go. That's what we're after. Set. Good. GPU, ground power request. Let's have the ground power. Won't bother with the rest of it. Return. Ground services. Next page. Portable routines. Not interested in that. Steers one left. Request. Request. Okay, return, doors, open entry door, cargo, open aft, open aft. Let's see what that's done for there. Okay. Back to the cockpit. Open the door. Return, ground services, started to do. Seal track, don't want any of those. Stairs, okay. 56. Next page, forward loader request, forward loader request. Offloader, offloader. Okay. Don't know why I did that, because I want to do that. Those are dead. Control 1, back to the thing. Those off. Okay, January. Okay, so we can kill the APU. And we're in some kind of order to hand it over. Off, 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 on. Good. Right, it's all ready for the things. So that was that. So we're all ready to go. And that was a bit hectic. Hopefully next time it'll be a bit better. But I think I'm going to kill the stream there. Leave it for another week. Next week we'll probably do something similar. If Paul's up for it, we'll try and do something on VATSIM. Right, with that, we've landed here, all set up, all the things are wonderful, and we're going to call it a night. So, good night everybody, hope you enjoyed it. I'll join you on Discord when we're finished here, Paul, and you can show me how it's supposed to be done, landing that is. Okay, so I shall love you and leave you for this week, and see you all next week at the same time. Bye bye.